Eric Garcia's story this season reads like the kind of turnaround every club dreams of. A young defender who drifted into doubt, found himself, and now faces the team that helped rebuild him. He returns to Girona not as a stranger, but as a player carrying a quiet confidence he didn't always have. Before that loan, he was a name that prompted questions. At 24, he was good on paper, but inconsistent in practice, a talented defender still looking for a defined identity in a club stacked with options. The loan to Girona changed more than his minutes on the pitch. It changed how he sees the game and how the game sees him. Michel Girona's coach didn't just slot Garcia into a familiar role. He deliberately pushed him wider, nudged him out of his comfort zone, and demanded new responsibilities. That tactical nudge turned into a broader transformation. Garcia stopped playing only to defend and started to read the pitch differently, anticipating spaces, stepping into midfield in phases, and offering Barcelona a new kind of defensive option. The results at Girona were tangible, a season that will be remembered for its collective achievement and for how individual confidence returned. Girona's success sharpened Garcia's edge, and the videos, the coaching, the match minutes all combined to produce a player who believed he could do more. Back at Barcelona, the narrative could have been a familiar one, a lone player moving on, another talent unfulfilled. But Hansi saw something else. There was a moment, a Benfica night, that the player himself and those around him point to as a turning point. A substitute appearance, a goal that swung a big game, small details that change perception inside a dressing room and in a manager's plans. Flick's decision to stick with him after that match wasn't blind optimism. It was an investment in a player who had proven adaptability and mental resilience. That trust matters. The phrase Garcia used, that someone trusted him when many did not, is not just drama, it's a coaching currency. Players respond to belief, they work harder, they take risks, they learn. For Garcia, the tactical experiments at Girona, playing out wide, being comfortable on the ball, learning to link play, became the toolkit he now offers Barcelona. He is no longer only a centre-back in the old sense. He is a defensive profile who can shift roles, who can help his team build from the back and cover wide spaces when required. For a Barcelona side searching for stability at the back and tactical flexibility up front, that kind of profile is hugely valuable. Tonight's match is layered. It's a local rivalry with its own heat and history, but it's also a personal reunion. Mitchell and Girona will be reminded of what they did for a young player. Flick and Barcelona will be asked whether their faith yields consistent results across the season. For Garcia himself, it's a moment of proof, not to silence critics, but to validate the work done in quieter hours, the extra training, the video sessions, the tactical conversations that coaches like Michel and Flick insist on. What comes next matters. If Garcia can keep combining defensive solidity with positional intelligence, Barcelona gain a solved problem rather than a recurring question mark. If he fades, the loan will be a fond footnote and the club will revisit options. But that binary misses the nuance. Player development is rarely a straight line. It's a set of small, decisive moments. The Benfica night was one. A coach's insistence on positional change was another. The greater implication is that Barcelona's faith in remade players can pay dividends when paired with disciplined coaching and smart tactical use. Fans should watch tonight not just for the scoreline, but to see how a player who once needed saving now tries to repay that belief on the pitch. And when the final whistle blows, whether Garcia walks off to applause or debate, the broader story remains, about trust, about risk, and about how a single loan can rewrite a career. If you're following Barcelona this season, keep an eye on the back line. The man who learned to play wider might just be the one who keeps their title hopes intact.